Hey, how y'all doing? Just here in Dublin. What's the difference between doing something that you should and something that you want to do? Well, it's quite a lot. Because if you think about something that we should, sometimes that may be coming about through, I don't know, societal pressures and expectations. And there's a lot of difference between doing something out of expectation or even obligation versus doing something because you want to do it, right? And I just want to distinguish this because I would always think that sometimes you should do things because they're what you want to do, right? But if you're doing things out of obligation, let's say there's society pressure, maybe family pressures, or it's just expected that you behave that way and do certain things, this can lead to a lot of disappointment, right? And also a lot of dissatisfaction. And the simple reason is because it's not what you want to do. You know, you're not living the life that you want. And I've talked about this a lot when I talk about identity. The idea being is that you have an identity and you live it every day. And the identity is like your highest level goal. And if you're living on according to your own terms, you're going to get a lot more fulfillment because it's planned. It's not out of obligation. And that's the big difference. So sometimes we have to behave in a certain way. We have to do things under duress, like we have to pay taxes, things like this. No one would want to pay taxes if they didn't have to, but we do because we have to, and that's fine. But there's a big difference between, say, you was expected to go to a certain school or study a certain subject because of your parents or something like this, and you really wasn't in love with that idea and you didn't want to go. Should you do it? I don't think you should. But I also think that you shouldn't not do something just out of avoiding building a life for yourself or procrastination. You're out of procrastination. You should never not do something out of procrastination. The difference is you should create your own identity, create your own goals and go and achieve those and work towards those. And that's a far better plan when it's your plan that you've created for yourself and you're actually interested in it, you're passionate about it. You're going to get a lot more fulfillment out of that than, say, doing something because society is expecting you to do something. If I think about situations in my own life, like, you know, when I was growing up, it was just expected that you went to college and university, and then it was expected that you got a mortgage and you got a job and, you know, you work your way up a career. That was what was expected, and I did all those things. Did they give me fulfillment? No, couldn't wait to get out of that job, right? It's not that I hated the job. The problem was I always wanted my own business, and it wasn't my plan, but it was expected of us. So I just saw it as, it was almost like a necessary step for my own development. But I'm much happy now because I'm doing everything that I want to do, right? So, and that's fine. Sometimes we have to start somewhere. And just to clarify on this, if you're not quite where you are, that's okay. Sometimes we do things which are stepping stones in life. You have to take steps. Like, you know, we all need money. We all need to pay for bills, and you may need that job. But what would be more fulfilling, even if you had that job, but you wanted to do a different job or something else with your life, if you created a plan and started working small steps towards that, whilst you're working, doing the job that you really don't want to do, that's also fine. That's very, very fulfilling because gradually you're working towards your goals. Now, you know, that's one example. There's many examples. Another example might be expectations on who you're supposed to date, who you're supposed to marry, whether you're supposed to go to church or something like this. They're all expectations. These are individual choices, but it's better for you to always make your own plans and then work towards them. That way, you're always doing what you want, right? Not what you should. But also what you want can become what you should do if you frame it in the right way. I should do this because I want to do this, right? It shouldn't be out of obligation for someone else. You should not be working to someone else's plan. And just a final thought, if you don't create a plan for yourself, society will. And society will put you in a box and you might end up doing something that you don't like. So always create your own plan. All right? Hope you like that one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. See you all next time.